If you have a dream and if you believe and if you're willing to work extremely hard for it, I think that good things can happen. I've always been, one of my mottos in this world is that good things happen to good people. My brother always wanted to amend that. Good things happen to good people that work extremely hard for it.
His humility, his honesty, first class. To do what he's done and achieve what he's achieved in the game, his track record of success is just impressive.
Jason Kreis's life has revolved around soccer. Not only has he made an impact on the game, but also the people who have been along for the ride. Kreis grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, but a new job for his dad meant a new start in Mandeville, Louisiana.
It was crazy, absolutely crazy. You want to talk about cultural differences, to go from being born and raised in the middle of the Midwest to down in the Deep South for high school, mind you, as well. The timing of that wasn't ideal for me either. Right. So, and I think I was fortunate because soccer started up pretty quickly. For the first couple of months, I had a real hard time making friends. I had a real hard time sort of breaking into any sort of social structure. And then all of a sudden you've got automatic friends. Actually started dating a girl the summer between my sophomore and junior year of high school. And she's now my wife, 28 years married and 34 years together.
He says that Skipper's team probably should have won a state title. While playing at Mandeville, he also played club soccer, first in Slidell, and then with Baton Rouge United, playing for Gary Williamson, who at the time was his coach, but is now a co-worker at Real Salt Lake.
Well, he had natural talent, but he worked really hard on his technique, on his skills. So he was naturally gifted, combined with his work ethic and time he'd put in with a ball. So he was just very talented, even at that young age.
My senior year of high school, we won the regional championship, the Region 3 championship, beat a team from South Florida. Went to the national semifinals, we beat a team there from Illinois. Went to the final and we lost historically bad. 7-1 was the score, to a team from Huntington Beach, California, with a lot of big name players that went on to professional careers, actually. So interesting stuff there.
From there, it was on to Duke after a visit and some cold calls from Dad helped put the wheels in motion on a career with the Blue Devils.
And we visited all the schools, and my dad had the bright idea of calling the coaches when we were on the campus. I think I was like absolutely mortified by that idea, but we did it anyway. And John Rennie was one of the only two coaches that actually took the call. And he told me that if we wanted to go there, we needed to come to camp. By the end of the camp, you know, he's asking me all kinds of questions. The first weekend of the recruitment period, he brought me there, offered me a full scholarship, and the whole deal was done.
After an All-American career in Durham and time in the USISL, Kreis got a chance to be a part of history as one of the first signings to a fledgling new league called Major League Soccer.
It was a great unknown for everybody. Every situation that we walked into, whether it was our very first meeting in a hotel, in a really nice hotel in Dallas, to the very first game that we're playing, home game at the Cotton Bowl, just so many eye-opening and incredible experiences that first year, because the league was so well received. That's the part probably people don't know. But in that first year of 1996 in Dallas, we were averaging 35,000 people per game. That's incredible.
And to say things were interesting in those first couple of years and radically different to the well-developed league it is now would be an understatement.
In my first year, I think it was the first game, we used to stay at a hotel in Dallas the night before the games. Well, I'm not sure why, but I get paired up with Hugo Sanchez, which is like, you know, worldwide superstar from Mexico. So I'm in this room with Hugo Sanchez, and I always had to have a fan with me. So I show up at the room with my fan, and he looks at that fan and he goes, "Oh, no, you're not using that," because he just wasn't going to have it. But then on top of that, he had to be on the left bed in the bathroom. All of his toiletries had to be on the left side of the bathroom. He had all these quirks, and I was just like, I cannot do this again. I think that was the last game that I had to room with him. He probably, I'm not sure whether it was me that requested to be away from him or him to be requesting to be away from me. But now you look back and say, wasn't that crazy that we were training at a high school? Our locker room and meeting rooms were two mobile homes pushed together.
Along the way, he has made 14 appearances for Team USA and in MLS played in 305 matches and scored 108 goals. He's a former league MVP and has also been a coach at multiple clubs. He is now the Director of Operations and Special Projects for RSL.
I think everybody that's in my position, and truthfully everybody that's worked for the league for any amount of time, needs to be incredibly thankful for what this league has in turn given back to all of us that have been involved in it. It's not about the title, it's not about what I do, it's not about the position, it's just about being around good people. And I would say that in my experience, Real Salt Lake has a whole lot more good people than a whole lot of other places.
When I caught up with Kreis, he was traveling with his team here to Houston for their League's Cup match. And I asked him, would that kid in Mandeville ever have believed that he would be here?
No, I mean, of course I dreamed, right? I had dreams like any other aspiring young soccer player. I had dreams of playing professionally, but imagine this. You know, going through high school, there's not even a real professional league in your country. So what are you talking about? What were you dreaming about?
Wow, he's exceeded expectations. So to do what he did, no, we could not have really envisioned. He truly lived his dream. It became a reality, and then some.
A dream soccer life for a man who planted the early seeds of his soccer journey in Louisiana. In Houston, I'm Paul Boron.